Hey, what's up, guys? This is Pohdoh here, and yeah, it's been a while since I made a video, any since video just in general, and that's just because been busy, and to be honest, there's not much to talk about, modern combat wise, and I'm not too used to making Order and Chaos videos, nor do I think a lot of you guys are interested in it. So my plan is to release an Order and Chaos video and a modern combat video together to keep both groups happy, but yeah, because I think that a few people would be pretty angry if I just kept posting Order and Chaos videos because, they subscribe to my channel for Modern Combat. But that being said, Modern Combat right now is just really quiet, if you know what I'm talking about. And sorry if I'm stutter here, and I'm trying to study, Econ AP for a test tomorrow as well. It's pretty late, and I decided to make this video along the way because why not? Just got some quick gameplay in the background. I'm not too good with sniping right now. It's keep in mind that I've been under a week hiatus before making this, meaning that I don't have any time to improve my aim whatsoever. So you're gonna see me avoid the radar, make a lot of mistakes, but that's just because I don't play very often anymore. Because I have no motivation to play Modern Combat 4. Probably the only motivation I have is just for you guys, to be perfectly honest. I don't feel any kind of reward from playing Modern Combat 4. Even if I go like, 6.0 KD, I don't feel anything. Because Modern Combat 4 is just designed like that. Modern Combat 3, if I do well, I do feel rewarded, but then Modern Combat 3, the servers are pretty terrible, so I can't really hang around there too much without getting frustrated. And it's just the way that the ranking system works in Modern Combat 4. You can just buy everything. So once you get the best weapons, then there's no point in playing the game anymore. But with Modern Combat 3, you can just continuously play. The prestiges are very, very important. They're not important as in like they're not technically important, but they do mean a lot. They hold a lot of value. If you're legit prestige, legit prestige rank 90 and a prestige 1 rank 90. There's a huge difference between those two. But in Modern Combat 4, there really is none. I mean, you can be rank 14 and rank 13. I mean, prestige 14 and prestige 13, and it makes no difference. I don't really care. The only time it makes a difference is if you're 15 prestige. That's the only time I really care. But even then, like, it doesn't really mean all too much. I would say like a prestige for a 15 prestige, Modern Combat 4 player is probably the equivalent of like a first prestige or a rank 90 in Modern Combat 3. Like, it really doesn't hold that much value. I don't have all that much motivation to play it. Not saying that I quit. I'm just playing Order and Chaos a lot because the community is very active there. Just gotten to know a lot of people there. And a lot of, if you guys didn't know, Order and Chaos is like a retirement home for like a lot of older Modern Combat players. Like people like Dead Neutron, Core Play, Manuel, they all moved on to Order and Chaos just because it just has more longevity. The community is never dead because there's almost always something to do. And even though right now in Order Chaos, it's pretty much down in the dumps. It's never been worse. But even then, it still is kind of fun because it's something new. But back on the Modern Combat, the wait for Modern Combat 5, that's pretty much all I'm doing. I'm just waiting for Modern Combat 5, being patient. I don't want to play too much Modern Combat right now because I don't want to burn myself out. Because, when Modern Combat 5 comes out, I actually want to be excited for it. Because, you have to keep in mind, 4 years of Modern Combat does, take a number on you, and I just don't get the same feeling I did when I played Modern Combat 2 years ago. And that's just natural because I played it so much and it felt so fresh to me at the beginning. So I'm trying to avoid, rationing myself with Modern Combat. Well, I'm pretty much playing only one time a week, which is just for these live comms. So that's why I see my aim is really bad. But if you look very carefully, you can tell that I've been playing this game for quite some time. Just because, I'm going into another sniper, and even though he kills me the majority of the time, you can see that I'm getting better with every single minute of the game, while he really isn't. He's just staying stagnant. And near the end, you can just see my aim drastically improve. Like near the end in my last three kill streak, I believe it's a three kill streak. I'm not really paying attention to it. I'm just reading at the same time. You know, reading about NX and NCO, foreign assets and all that good jazz. So, anyways, there's not all too much more to talk about. I'm just pretty much waiting for Modern Combat 5. So you can post in the comments, what you guys do in your free time. Whether you're actually continuously playing Modern Combat 4, which I do not recommend. It's not that fun of a game. I mean, some of you really like Modern Combat 4, but that's just because you started late, or started recently, like at late Modern Combat 3 times, or early Modern Combat 4 times. But I mean, if you've been playing since Modern Combat 1, then it really, I mean, the fun level, it really just compared to the previous game is not, that's just does not live up. But that's just my opinions, maybe wrong. Tell me guys if you agree. But Modern Combat 4 still is a good game. It still is gonna have a fond memory in a lot of people. A lot of people will remember Modern Combat 4 as their favorite Modern Combat game, as crazy as it sounds, just because it's different. And it's different. It's gonna suit certain types of people, and I really Game of really did succeed in that. And it's really nice that Game of cares so much about Modern Combat. And even if you guys don't believe it, like I don't even know why you would even bother complaining about complain to Game Loft about Modern Combat. Like you have no idea, like the amount of love that they give Modern Combat. They get their best team in Modern Combat. They get their best people in Modern Combat, the best employees. They have the best customer service in Modern Combat. Like I mean, go play another game, like any other Modern Combat, and Heroes of Order and Chaos. Heroes of Order and Chaos has been pretty big lately. It's been getting a lot of views. I don't want to get into it because it doesn't particularly interest me right now. But that also gets a lot of love. But other games such as Nova, other games such as Special Order and Chaos, they've been getting a lot of hate. They've been getting a lot of slack from GameLoft, meaning that people don't the community managers don't give a damn about the community. It's pretty much the opposite of Modern Combat, and believe me when I say it's truly the opposite. Like people people got their account disconnected, couldn't log in, and then the GameLoft customer support people responded 2 weeks later. Like it's just that horrible. The customer service for other games, so it's really weird. It's like it's like Game of like two face. You one test only you only see the only see the pretty face of it and also the ugly side of it. But luckily Modern Combat, I doubt they're gonna give up on that. Modern Combat in general, they see my Game of sees the asset in it. It's still really popular genre of shooting. Genre of FPS games is still very strong. So I doubt they're ever gonna get rid of it. But the gameplay's starting to approach an end. So tell me guys what you're doing in your spare time. Other people, other prominent Modern Combat 4 players. Pretty much Beanix is the only one that is not. Even he's going to the fight thing, the weird, fighting game thing, which I'm particularly not impressed by. But that's just my personal opinions about it. You see XXC Joker playing, other different other games. Playing different walkthroughs, and even if it don't get a lot of views, he's still trying out other things because just like all of us, we're getting kind of Modern Combat 4 is getting kind of stale. There's not much more to do about it. Once you're max prestige, there truly is nothing to do about it. It's not even that great. It's not even that fun. To play competitively. To be, in my opinion, just because I'm on explosives and the compact going around. So I don't know how it's gonna live up. Over the long term, I don't know how it's gonna work out. 3 or 4 years later, because Modern Combat 2 and Modern Combat 3 has aged beautifully. I mean, people still play them, but I'm not sure about Modern Combat 4. So anyway, tell me guys what you guys are doing. Tell me guys how excited you are for Modern Combat 5. I'm really stoked. I'm just waiting. I'm just patiently waiting for it. So, and we still don't have a release date, so I could be waiting for a really long time. But anyways, Pohdoh, rate, comment, subscribe, and then I'll see you guys later. Once again, sorry for a lack of uploads. And if you guys don't like Order and Chaos, I'm really sorry. But that's just the game I'm playing the most, and I figure I might as well get content inside it. And I'm inside a guild and all the good stuff. Guilds are like clans, so it's kind of competitive. So I have to invest some time into it. So, anyways, Pohdoh, rate, comment, subscribe, and then sorry for lack of upload. I think I said that like 3 times, but see you guys later.